Karen!
It is a beautiful day in October here in the South. What's up, guys? It is your Uncle Splorin Ryan coming to you from the beautiful city of Murphy, North Carolina. As I said, it is October the 26th, I believe, right now, which means that fall has set in here in Murphy, North Carolina. Now, this is my first time here in Murphy, North Carolina. I gotta say, it's a very cool town. It's, let's call it 25 minutes north of Blue Ridge, Georgia. It's about 2 hours, let's say, away from Atlanta, about 2 hours away from Chattanooga. It's this quiet little mountain town, but it's so, God, how do I put this? It's so unique, so surreal, so quaint, so weird, but in a good way. If you have spent any amount of time watching my channel, you probably know that I love the historical places, and I love the little hole-in-the-wall, off-the-beaten path areas. So why don't you join me today as we do just a little exploring. Going to start at one end of town, over by the Murphy Chop House. There's a lot of things in Murphy that have the town name Murphy in them. And I wanted to show you this little store next to it. Kind of unusual, especially in the mountains, which are very, how should I say, conservative. They've got peace signs. They've got the little child holding the flag. You know, the beware of children crossing. Halloween, of course, so it's got skeletons. I mean, that kind of says it all right there, doesn't it? What do we got here? Wham! Make it big, next to Blind Melon. Welcome to Woodstock, old age home for the new age. This is very unusual. Don't worry, our staff is accustomed to dumb questions. Well, antiques, retro, weird stuff, and cool junk here at the Murphy Warehouse. So if I'm reading this correctly, great albums here at the Warehouse, then this is probably a little bit of a record store with curiosities. Wish it was open. It looks like it is closed, and I will say that is something I have certainly noticed about this town, is a lot of stuff is going to close fairly early. Now, as I film this, it is, God, it's about 6:30 p.m. on a Wednesday evening, and some of the town is closed already. And it's kind of funny. I'm used to being in Orlando and filming, and nobody cares because, you know, we vloggers are a dime a dozen. But as I'm walking around Murphy, I'm getting a lot of looks from people going, a few people are even waving at me. Very friendly town. Oh, and did I point out this? I could be wrong, of course, but I'm just going to guess that this car belongs to the owner of the warehouse. We walk back up the hill, there's something I kind of want to show you. There are a couple of very large buildings here in Murphy that are pretty famous for the architecture, and one of them right here is the United Methodist Church of Murphy, which to me, it kind of looks a little bit like Monticello. A different scale, obviously, and definitely a little bit different in some of the stained glass in the windows, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about, right? Now that is on one end of town, and we're going to start walking up towards the other end of town. It's the town itself is sort of set up like a square, and then you leave the downtown area, and Murphy, past downtown, is sort of a sprawling city. We're only really going to look at the downtown area today, just because I don't have it in me to walk like 10 miles. There's a better view of the United Methodist Church. Looks like they got a sign for elevators right here. I guess that's to let you know if you need to get inside, you don't have to go up those stairs. You can take one of the elevators. Now the sun is starting to set here in Murphy as I walk around, so the rays are coming into my face. I got to apologize. It might get a little glary at times or a little shadowy, but well, we're keeping it real. Looking across the street, diagonally at least, from the Methodist Church, you can see the first row of businesses. Got a couple that look like they're empty right here, obviously. Edward Jones Investments. But the Curiosity Shop, Mimo's Ice Cream and Twisted Treats, the Mason Bar. So it looks to me like there's multiple businesses in one shop area. Oh, I definitely need to check that out. Now I should point out as I'm walking over, the smell of grilled beef, steak probably, wafting through town is just absolutely hypnotic. Here we are in front of that building. Curiosity Shop, Books and Gifts. Moonshine seems a little on the nose. Looks like embracing local and embracing Halloween. But let's see what's inside, shall we? All right, walking in. They got a nice little chess set you could play. Looks like marble chess. Got some flyers here for local things to do. ACWF Pro Wrestling. Holmes and Watson. Some local artwork that's for sale. Looks like the Curiosity Shop is also closed. Closed at 4 p.m. But walking in, it is the shops of Murphy. Looks like some games you could play. It's kind of like the arcade in Cleveland that we saw a couple weeks ago, just much, much smaller scale, obviously. The Apothecary, Rosemary Apothecary in Time. Looks like they've got some plants in the windows. Nemo's Ice Cream and Twisted Treats. By the way, I really like these lights that are hanging off of the support joists here. Got Elvis. Got Orlando's own Bob Ross. We're just checking out the amazing, odd area that is the shops of Murphy. Hummingbirds. Looks like it goes down to probably the employee area. But, I mean, Bob Ross is here, and if he's a fan of this, I mean, it's got to be good. Might have to try the ice cream at some point. And over here, of course, there's the bar itself. So she was just explaining to me that this is a little deceptive. This is ice cream in here, but this is, if you will, the hot fudge for the adult crowd of sorts. You could add a shot to your ice cream, and today's flavors are all over here. And it looks like you have literally every single flavor, including, they're all homemade too. These are not homemade, however. The Jägermeister is not going to be homemade. I think that's illegal. Look at some of these creations right here. Now I understand that these are a little wobbly, so if you take them, you're going to want to make sure that you find a stable place to devour them. Got the Mason Bar right here. It looks like they have some, yeah, they do. They've got some live music going, even on a Wednesday. All right, gotta say, it is actually very unique in here, but really, that's Murphy in a nutshell. Not your usual small town. Got the black and white market next door, but gosh darn it, they're closed. I always like these areas that have the parking lots right out in front of, like this, in the small towns. Always reminds me of Smallville. And by the way, I like that this truck has all of the rubber duckies. So right as I walk outside of the Mason Bar area, right outside there's this alley, and you can see that they've got it set up here. The weather was a little bit warmer. It's probably in the upper 50s, lower 60s right now. You can see there's plenty of outdoor dining, got the market lights. I imagine in the summertime, this is quite the happening area. Next around the corner is the Urban Salon and Spa. These guys are open till 7, so the one place so far that is open for business besides the restaurants is a spa, which I don't believe they really want me inside of. Let's see, HH Sports, hunting, fishing, dog supplies, camping, and more. So you could hunt, you could fish, you could have dogs. That pretty much wraps up North Carolina. Sorry, North Carolina. I still love you. Home and land packages, rentals, land, home. This is Exit Realty. There's Exit Realties all over the country. This is not a local thing, but I will say this area seems to be just exploding in terms of cabins, Airbnbs, VRBOs. I guess this might be a good place to start if you were looking for some real estate of your own. Got a whole bunch of offerings. And looks like Toys for Tots is going to be starting here shortly. I guess late October, that does make sense. Ooh, an Adopt-A-Family Santa pub crawl. This is your chance to watch Santa crawl from pub to pub. At the risk of sounding somewhat judgmental, that sounds horrifying. Ooh, what is this? Coming around the corner, and there's a nice little park area. Oh, wait. Okay, I love public art. We got quite a bit of it here. Look at this. Local artists all throughout the public park. It looks like When You Were Mine. Is this? It is. This is all legitimate artwork here by locals. You could actually scan here, it looks like, learn a little bit more about each of these particular paintings. And I actually see over here, this is apparently a winner. First place, that's really all it says about it, first place. I can't really tell you a whole lot more, at least not without scanning the QR code, which on the first place one looks like it has been cut off. So hopefully you don't want to know about the first place one. Here also is a map of downtown Murphy. Looks like Tennessee Street to Peachtree. It's kind of like being in Atlanta. You got Valley River, Bill Hughes Avenue, McClellan Street, Willow, Church, Hiawassee, Central, Church, a couple of others on there. This is actually a bigger town than one might think just by driving past it. Moving away from the walls and into the center of the park, we've got these marble areas here. There's a copy of the Declaration of Independence in here, written in gold. I'm not sure it's real gold. I would imagine probably not. You can see all the signatures, including Mr. John Hancock right there. But in addition, over here, we, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, look at this. The original articles, signed by the original framers. Over here is the Bill of Rights. This is very cool. This is all here in this little public park area in downtown Murphy, right alongside all of this public art. Free things to do in Murphy, North Carolina. Now, there's no exaggeration in saying that this area is very patriotic. A lot of the areas around here are, again, I've said, fairly conservative. This is conservative in more of a welcoming way. The area around here is a little granola, if you will, and if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. But very patriotic, as I said. So seeing these foundations of our country here, not shocking, but definitely very charming. Cutting up another one of the side streets, it's funny, as I'm walking through here, a lot of the stores are starting to lock up. The ones that were already closed are long since vacant, but some of the other ones are closing down right now. The restaurants are generally still open. This one is called Shoe Booties. They've got Shootini lounges here, or at least a singular Shootini lounge. Looks like they are open until 9 p.m., except on Fridays and Saturdays. That right there is the shoe booty guy. But as disappointing as it may seem that a lot of things are closed right now, it sort of does add to the charm of the area. This is small town America. This is the real thing. I've been walking around here for quite a while, and the only thing that I've seen that is even close to what I would call a chain would be the realty office. Ooh. Right between these two buildings, 33 Peachtree Business and Events Center. 33 Peachtree Artisan Alley for more information. So it looks like that goes back, and there's a little bit of an alcove, perhaps a gathering spot back there, a secluded spot for rendezvous back here, probably on Friday and Saturday nights. But that is so cool, just kind of tucked there in the middle of everything, and you wouldn't really notice it. Of course, you can't have a downtown in a small town without having a antique store or two, and there are certainly a few of them around here. This one seems to be about the biggest one in the downtown area, at least so far that I've seen. You can see some cowboy boots over there. You can see a lot of fall decor. I'm sure Justin Scard probably has a t-shirt shop in here somewhere. Sorry, Justin. Let's see, sometimes you just gotta say, cluck it. There you go. Vaguely naughty potholders. Because that's the type of comedy you've grown to expect here on Splorin'. So make sure you reach down below and hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, or not, cluck it. It does say that the antiques are open today, but looking in there, it does look pretty dark. I'm guessing this sign does not specifically speak for the store itself. Well, this is kind of interesting though. Look at this. Join us for a Murphy haunting, October 31st, 4 through 7, downtown Murphy. That's kind of cool. More candy than ever. And then of course, Mountain to Sea Tour, first stop downtown Murphy. Looks like November 6th. Welcome the tree. Oh, okay, I know what this is. So as many of you know, each year the Christmas tree for the Capitol comes through the U.S. and makes its way to D.C. And it looks like this year, perhaps every year, for all I know, the tree is stopping here in Murphy, and that is an event that they're talking about. Actually, looks like they're talking about it here as well. Excuse me. That is an event where you can come through and you can actually see the tree as it comes through town. And then, of course, there's going to be other things: shopping, dining, caroling. Out we go. Christmas bells are ringing merrily, merrily through the snow. Christmas bells are ringing. A few minutes ago, I promised you another piece of architectural wonder, and now that we've reached the other side of town, here it is, the Cherokee County Courthouse, and look at this grand old lady. It's easily the largest building here in Murphy, at least downtown Murphy. There's a Walmart on the outside of town, so I'm pretty sure that's bigger. But look at the size of this, and actually, in the window, I see a ghost. It's kind of funny. As I've been walking around, I've seen a lot of skeletons, a lot of ghosts, a lot of Halloween stuff, and it's not always the most in your face. Some of it's kind of hidden. This town is definitely embracing its quirkiness. Next to the courthouse, you got the Cherokee County Historical Museum. I want to show you this. This has sort of become a little bit of a symbol of the town. You see it in a lot of guides and brochures. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's a bar. They too are closed, but right outside the door, you see the door right there, there is this replica of a historic marker. Cherokee brave surrendered to General Scott to be shot near here in 1838. That remnant of tribe might remain in NC. That doesn't sound like a good thing, but it also barely sounds like English, so there's that. As for what they're talking about, I can tell you that this is Cherokee County, and it's called Cherokee County for a reason. This is the area where the Cherokee tribe was located, not specifically here in Murphy, but in the general region. So there's a lot of Cherokee names that are used and a lot of historical markers in the general county that refer to that. This is kind of cool. I hadn't noticed this at first, but there is over here a little marker, Noya Selugugi. I can't say it. It's Cherokee for stone turtle, carved and left by ancient man in a soapstone quarry near the Natelli River, 4 miles west of Murphy. Moved here for the protection and study of said stone turtle. You see, there's the turtle. Here's its head, I believe. That is very cool. And you don't have to go inside to see that. It's just right outside here at the museum. Looks like there's a couple of other things here. Right over here is a prison cell door from the Cherokee County Prison Camp. It's kind of dark. So it looks like, in addition to the historical museum, it looks like they've also got the Trail of Tears, National Historical Trail, the Cherokee Heritage Trail coming through here as well. Right here is the water-powered 500-pound hammer from the Loving Good Bloomery Forge on Hanging Dog Creek. Hanging Dog Creek is just north of the city. That is all out here next to the county courthouse. And looking across the street, check out that chapel right there. Isn't that gorgeous? Just want to show you this off in the distance. You can see the clouds coming up over some of the mountains. This is part of the Blue Ridge Mountains, but it is also part of the Great Smoky Mountains. So the peaks here are just absolutely gorgeous. Peaks and valleys. This town has got it all, and we are here right as the leaves are changing, so this is probably the most picturesque time of year, at least in my less than humble opinion. I drove through here on Saturday night, and it was just absolutely hopping, but here we are on a Wednesday, and as you can see, it's very quiet here. Full transparency, I'm staying in a cabin a couple miles up the road in the mountains. Absolutely gorgeous. It's Airbnb. Spending a couple of days here doing some work, enjoying the views, enjoying the sun setting, stopping to smell the roses. This is a cool area, and if you are looking to get away, to relax, to unwind, but still be close enough to things that you can get out and have a good time, Murphy may just be the answer for you. Well, it's mostly quiet here. Great place to raise a family or steal a car. Right over here is the Mac Murphy Art Center. It looks like it might have been an old PNC or National City Bank if you go back far enough. And then following the corner of Hiawassee and Peachtree, making a left here, we're gonna head down this area where the smell of chicken wings is absolutely intoxicating to find the Blind Street. Compliments of John Boy Exterminating. Pretty sure what I smelled, by the way, is either right over here at Downtown Pizza Company, which features games, parties, and prizes, which sounds like it might be a little local Chuck E. Cheese type place, but I could be completely wrong, or next door Chevelle's, which is their neighborhood bar that is themed towards old cars. This blind alley, by the way, has more of this local art that I was talking about. You can see, again, part of the same series. They've got the QR codes, and of course the Dupree family looking, watching, always watching. And I've actually reached the end of the town, or at least the end of the downtown area. If I go this particular direction, this is actually the main entrance into town. So while I'm saying I'm walking out, this is where most people would be coming in. As you can see, turning around, it goes into town, past Chevelle's. But on my way in, I saw something that I really wanted to show you guys, and I think you might get a kick out of it too. And that would be over here at the L&N Depot. Not for nothing, I don't really know what this is, but it caught my eye. Very unique architecture. A couple of old train cars, and I see a placard over there that explains things. So to me, it's worth taking a moment to poke around a second, don't you? Stop, look, and listen. You're probably not really in much danger at this point. So according to the placard back there, this was the area that the trains used to come into. The big old slow horse trains from the Civil War. It looks like the last of them may have left this area back in the 1950s. But you can still come down here and see the train cars behind me. check out some of the cool architecture, and well, hey, you gotta come to Murphy anyways, right? Look at the porch of Chevelle's. Hot off the grill. And a bike. Not a car, but a bike. Pretty sure that guy is not here for a burger. The main part of town, right across the street, actually, spinning from the park that we saw the public art in, diagonally across the street, is this memorial to the various veterans from the area. World War II, World War I, Korea, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan. I don't see anything for Vietnam, but I'm sure it's probably there somewhere. And of course, more public art. I love how this town embraces its public art. Ah yes, here it is, dedicated to the 60 sons of North Carolina who never returned from Vietnam. Here we have the local coffee house, Buzzed Brew, which is, unfortunately, say it with me, not open right. But, you know, the sun is setting and it is getting a little long of shadow. Look at that cool theater in the meantime. Hen Theater. Looks like Halloween Ends and Black Adam are playing right now. Love old theaters with those amazing 1920s, 30s, 40s, and 50s awnings. Next to the Chinatown buffet. Eat in, we take out. This is another one that many people told me that I should try. It's Bistro 29. I would love to show you the inside of it, but they don't want me in there with the camera, and totally understand that. People are trying to eat. Last thing they need is someone shoving a camera in their face, when that person could instead just come out here to the nature-inspired gifts of peaceful trails and gawk at their awesome sign. Wait a minute. Is that Woodsy? Was that his name? Woodsy the Owl? Alright, I'm reaching out to all of my fellow Gen Xers. What was his name? Was it Woodsy the Owl? They also have one of my favorite t-shirts. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Except bears, because bears will kill you. Not just pretty words. And right there, it's Sasquatch the Foot. Walking past, you see right here's another one of these little alleys, but it looks like it's not going to be an alley for long. Coming late 2022, breakfast, lunch, and vacation rental lofts. There's something special about Mountain Mornings. Mountain Mornings Cafe, North Carolina. You can see what they're going to put in here. This is kind of cool. Like I said, this town is definitely going to see a surge. It's already starting to see one, but I like this. That is, by the way, right across the street from the Hen Theater. I went to the Hen Theater on Saturday evening. I saw Black Adam with the kids. It is kind of a cool theater. The lobby is about the size of a Kia, a very small lobby, but we paid $5.50 for each ticket. All of the candies were like $1 or $1.50 that we got. So for the three of us, we paid $17-ish after tax for the tickets. Plus, we paid a little less than $5 for the candy to go see a movie in an old-time theater, and it is an old-time theater. You can't find that in most major cities. And speaking of things you can't find in most major cities, this is Glitz Boutique in Glamour. You can see they too are embracing the Halloween that is approaching. But I want to show you this. They have a place for your glam dogs, and I'm sure they put water and food and treats for them to come in and nibble on while you do your shopping. Right also around the corner is Unique's Native American Gifts and Accessories, CBD hemp flowers, local, organic, etc. Good way to support local. You could definitely see that Native American influence. Peachtree Community Center Annual Holiday Craft Show. I think, yes, I do see him. Once again, it's Sasquatch the Foot, and he's surrounded by more local art. And another one of these little alleys. These alleys are all over the place. Just cuts down here. Hello, sir. I could see, it's supposed to be Sasquatch, Bigfoot, but it looks like Harry from Harry and the Hendersons, who is a Bigfoot, of course, and a Sasquatch, but a very particular one. Let's go down this alley, though, and see what they got. Needful Things, please enter from the front. Looks like it's a gift store and an antique store. There's some somewhat eclectic choices. That's a heck of a beer stein right there. Well, Carnation Hot Cocoa Mix. There's Jerry from Tom and Jerry. There's the sports squirrels. I don't know what the sports squirrels are, but they're there. And that is next to the eccentric otter, which has some eccentric jars and other ceramic pieces, as well as a missile that has been fired into the side of the building from Needful Things. Miscellaneous treasures are sold here. The historic City Barbershop. This building was built in 1947 and used continuously until 2015 as the City Barbershop, when it became ammunition fodder for Needful Things. Heading down this alley, it looks like a copy store. Probably not quite as exciting. There are some Coke dispensers over there, which is kind of odd because they're, again, kind of in the middle of this alley. Herbal Butterfly, teas, handmade gifts, classes, and more. I guess that's over here? Yes, that is it. The Herbal Butterfly, it's a tea shop. And then this 26 building looks like some jewelry, some flowers, Christmas ornaments, things like that. And of course, people driving past. But you've never seen a middle-aged man talking to himself in the middle of the alley in Murphy before? There's the Dewey Garrett building of 1947. I don't know what is in there right now. It looks like it might be apartments or places to live, but kind of cool to look at the old architecture. And as you can see, there's a little staircase going up the side that we are not going to take, because that wouldn't be right, and because everyone in North Carolina seems to be armed to the teeth. Sorry, North Carolina, I still love you. This particular part of the alley looks a little bit more utilitarian. I see plumbing. I see a myotherapy clinic. I see a laundromat. Here's the front of Needful Things. Looking in there, I can see they got toys. They've got sunglasses, tchotchkes, wolf magnets. I'm actually looking at that piece right there. It says Murphy. It's surrounded by bike locks. I'm not sure what that is. Whatever it is, it's apparently a needful thing. Next door over is the Valley River Brewery of Murphy, home of cheesesteaks and all beef hot dogs. $8.95 all you can eat soup and salad. Not the type of brewery that I'm used to, but it doesn't look like they're open right now. Oh, Remax. They may possibly be looking for a new buyer. Yeah, kind of looks like they might be closed in there. If you wish to have beer or wine, please leave your gun in the car. Huh. Let's just walk on past there. This is a residential commercial investment area, by the way. But taking it 2 doors down, past the weddings, receptions, anniversaries, and special events area with the open window, we have the Red Brick Deli, which does appear to be open, or at least somebody left the sign on. The sign says open, but this sign says closed. So, does that mean I should just try to get inside and stand in the doorway? I don't see their gun policy. I do see this, however. It says, he put the hands here and had me super tight. I cannot even breathe or speak. I was thinking he just strangled me. I'm going to die today. So, yeah, come on in and have a pastrami on rye. This building right here is also closed down, but I want to point out the mural on the board above it. It is Jesus standing in the middle of what I believe to be a semi-abandoned Murphy. And it looks like there's water underground, if I'm seeing this correctly. Right across the street is the Buck Bald Brewing Company. That is open. They've got a barbecue spot in there too, Smoky Mountain Barbecue. Both of these have come very highly recommended. They've also got the Blue Ridge Olive Oil Company in there. If you're a fan of olive oils, you can come in there and get some artisan local olive oils, as well as some that are not local, as I understand it. Now, I do know that Murphy did flood in 2018. Oh, by the way, refrigerator. The town did flood. I don't know if this particular area was underwater or not. I don't believe anyone died. I very well could be wrong about that. This happened long before I actually even knew what Murphy was. But that may be what that painting is referring to. One more house right over here with very cool architecture, across from a store with some very cool architecture. Looks like an antique store, collectibles, estate clearing and antiques. And as you can see, you kind of leave downtown and head into a more residential area after that. We're going to turn around in a second because the downtown area is over and this is all more local, but I want to show some of these cool Halloween decorations these folks have. These people really did go all out. Well, everything has a story, right? Guess I'm not going to get my Amazon packages tonight. Pregnancy and Parenting Center. Pregnancy testing, maternity clothes, things like that over here. And this cool little house set back. Looks like it goes into a valley down there. Man, I love this architecture. Just amazing. I also love this smoker. Looks like they got their own country station here. WKRK. Country AM. And you better believe it's country AF. This right here is one of the town's more popular attractions. It's the Appalachian Driving Experience. As you can see, it is closed right now, but if you look inside, they've got a whole bunch of sports cars in there. And besides just looking at the cool cars, I believe, if I understand this correctly, you actually get to take some of these cars out. Cars that you probably could not normally afford, and drive them around the Appalachian Mountains. Some cool zigzaggy configurations. I'm pretty sure I'm oversimplifying that, but you kind of get what I'm saying, right? And it is right next to the Hen Theater, where you can see Halloween Ends and Black Adam right now. And you can see right there, there's the lobby. I'm seeing more and more of these little shadowy characters that have quotes about violence written on them, much like back there at the deli, which seemed very unusual and out of context. I think it's part of a movement to build awareness. I just don't know what it's building awareness for. Depressing. This guy who's, just kind of hanging out right now. And so, with the sun setting behind that mountain right there, from Murphy, North Carolina, one of my new favorite places to visit. I'm going to ask you to reach down below, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. If you like these off the beaten path locations, let me know. Do you like these more? Do you like some of the more famous attractions more? Do you like historical places more? What do you like? Let me know, comments below, and spooky. In the meantime, we'll see you next time when we do just a little exploring. Would you look at that? That has got to be the second biggest balloon Jack Skellington I've seen today. Huh? Ugh.